So before I get into this video, I just want to say this idea is not mine. It's actually a response to this guy named Goblin. Like, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's a pretty big YouTuber. He is like probably the biggest crackhead on YouTube. Definitely a supreme crackhead, an elite crackhead, if you will. But no, he made I guess a series, but like it was these two videos last year about, it's called a crackhead loadout. And basically it's what you would buy with $40, and he made another one with what you would buy with $100. Have to pinch pennies to get as fucked up as possible, basically. So that's what this video is based off of, and I'm gonna name this. Oh, I haven't thought of this yet. This is off the top of my head. I'm gonna name this. I'm gonna name it the Crackhead Kit. Fuck, that is perfect. You know what? I should go back to college. That's genius. Anyway, Crackhead Kit. That's what I'm gonna call it. So the $40 Crackhead Kit. And before I get started, I must reiterate there is rules to this. Obviously, 1, weed is a must. Just, you have to buy weed. You're a crackhead, you gotta buy weed. 2, again, you're a crackhead, you gotta buy other drugs, other substances. 3, you must get gas. And if you guys see, there's a little asterisk next to that. I will be explaining what that means in a second. 4, there's no hustles to make money. So you can't increase the $40. Like, that's all you have. And then 5, again, $40 is $40. You can't combine your money. And again, you may just be like the richest person that you know if you just have $40. There's just days like that. So now that there's some ground rules set, let's get into what I would buy with $40. You guys can buy whatever the fuck you want. I'm just telling you what I would buy. And I'm not saying that I've ever bought or done these things. And I'm not denying that I've ever bought or not done these things. So this is where the asterisk next to gas gets explained. So in Goblin's video, he said you had to put $5 towards gas. Either somebody gives you a ride or you put it in your tank because your tank is probably empty because, again, you're a crackhead. While I agree with that, there's a way around that. So if you have a car, this is how it'll work. So you have a car. My first car was a 2000 Chrysler Sebring convertible. Honestly, for an old car, it looked nice and it ran well. For like the 1,000 miles between, repairs, honestly wasn't bad. That was my first car. But anyway, if you have a car, that means you or at least should have insurance. And I think you guys know where I'm heading with this. With insurance, you have roadside assistance. With roadside assistance, if you run out of gas, they will give you gas. So that $5 that you would spend at the gas station is now free because you called roadside assistance, said, yo, I'm out of gas. Even though my car is at my house, I ran out of gas at my house. Trust me, they will believe you. They don't give a fuck. They will put some gas in your tank, enough to make it to the gas station. In my experience, not saying I've done this intentionally, but they will definitely put a couple gallons in your car. So that's where gas is free. Next one, $20 in weed. I may be overestimating how much mid you can get. I don't fucking buy mid intentionally, obviously. But, okay, let's say you don't get an eighth. Let's say you get a dub to an eighth. You should be getting an eighth for $20 if it's mid. But if your drug dealer is a huge douchebag, fuck it, maybe it's a dub. Anyway, $20 goes to weed off the bat. So it's $20 gone. You have $20 left. Now you head to the gas station. You still got to go to the gas station for a couple things. $1 goes to blunts, get you like some games or some swishers. That's really like the classic way to smoke because you're a crackhead. You definitely don't have the glass. You get a bev. Get you a fucking Epic XL from Circle K. I believe it's still $1. Even if it's not, just the way the math is gonna wind up in the end. I'm probably overestimating prices of a couple things. Like, we'll get to it. Now, next thing after that, after you leave the gas station, go to your psychedelic plug, and the biggest bang for your buck psychedelic wise is going to be a hit of LSD, which generally goes for $10. So you're now at $30. So you're really having to pinch pennies here. Next one, go to your opiate plug. get a $5 Roxy. That's general pricing, at least in my experience. This is where the real crackhead shit comes in. Now, I never smoked crack intentionally. I never did meth intentionally. I never did heroin. I never did any of that crazy shit, okay? So, some real crackhead shit to add to the Crackhead Kit receipt is DXM. And to add to doing some crackhead shit, you are not paying for that. Who the fuck pays for DXM? Who the fuck pays for triple C's or Delsum or whatever the fuck it is? You are stealing that shit, or you're taking it in the store and walking out. Because I mean, fuck going to jail for stealing. You should go to jail for buying DXM, like specifically to get fucked up. Now, the last thing, very important since you're smoking weed. McChickens. Get you 2 McChickens for $3. It honestly might be a little bit less. I know they're not on the dollar menu anymore, but I bet you can get 2 for less than $3. And like I said, with the drink and the blunts, the tax from that, it should cover the money that I have like the fucking math for McChickens. So that's my Crackhead Kit. So there's an actual order of which you would consume these things. Now, LSD, obviously, by far, is the longest lasting substance on this list. So you're going to want to take that hit basically as soon as possible. And after about, I don't know, let's say 2 hours, the L is starting to hit you. That's when you smoke one of your blunts. Now, for you guys that don't know, generally when you smoke weed, unless you're somebody who's like, oh, I don't smoke weed, I don't like it because I get paranoid. You know what? Then don't smoke weed. Generally, weed will calm you down, okay? But when you're off L, it basically does the opposite of what you think is going to happen. So when you're on LSD and you smoke a blunt, it's basically going to put your trip into like super drive. So I would recommend it, but if you're tripping for the first time, I don't recommend it. But anyways, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to smoke the blunt about 2 hours in. And obviously I'm sipping on my beverage throughout. And then at some point you're going to be hungry. You're going to eat the McChickens. Now let's fast forward. You're just smacking on your drink the entire trip. You're on like hour 10, hour 11 maybe of the trip. It's starting to end. And that's when I would recommend smoking another blunt. So that's 2 of your grams gone of weed. And like I said, you may just get 2 grams. If it's mid, you should be getting more than 2 grams. You should get an eighth. So you probably have something to smoke out of, whether it be tin foil, whether it be a can. You may get Alzheimer's, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to, what's the saying? You got to adapt. Now, when you've officially come down, this is where you smoke the rest of your weed. Now, whether you got an extra blunt laying around or a Arizona can or tin foiled, just smoke out of whatever you can smoke out of. Smoke out of a fucking apple, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. So smoke the rest of your weed, and then this is where you pop the Roxy. Now, obviously, you're going to want to pop the Roxy after you've come down already, because it's just a great way to relax and then put you to sleep. And then you sleep off whatever is left, which shouldn't be much because we're at like hour 12 at this point. Like, it should be like worn off already, or it should be very close to. Like, you definitely have peaked like hours ago. So that's when you take the Roxy, you go to sleep, you wake up the next morning, and once again, you're a crackhead. So then that's when you take the DXM. And that's the way I would do it. I'm just trying to go over everything. And yeah, that's really what I would do with $40 if I was a crackhead and if I theoretically did these things, which I may or may not have in the past. But anyway, that's my $40 Crackhead Kit, Crackhead loadout. And I'll see you guys later.